Next thing, this is a bit of a hot topic, and I'm going to talk about this, but not. Let's get to it. We're talking about Run, Hide, Fight. This is a movie I reviewed recently. It just came out. I thought it was a good movie. You can see my review. I thought it was entertaining. Some people have likened it to like a Die Hard with a girl, or Die Hard in a high school. It deals with a very sensitive subject for sure, school shooting, but I think it was respectful, but at the same time it was entertaining. It knows what it is. It's a movie. It's here to entertain, and that's what it did. It put entertainment before anything. One thing it wasn't, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, well, some people's opinion, is it was not political. Yeah, it has some points to make. It says some things about law enforcement and some policies as far as like school policies about how they're supposed to like call the cop whenever they get a report of an active shooter within a school. Instead of before they go on lockdown, they have to call the police and stuff, like things like that. It does not ram these things home. It even makes a comment about video games didn't lead to this and all that and that. It says these things, it puts them out there, but it never rams them home. It's never like makes a huge deal about it. It's mostly about the people, because we've all experienced, anybody who's been alive for more than 15 years has experienced the aftermath of this and these situations, unfortunately, and the craziness that goes on there and all that shit. But this is about the actual event itself, what's going on in the school. It's a fictional event, but you know, it's not like crazy graphic, but it doesn't pull any punches. So it's horrifying, if you will, or very tense at times. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it had some good characters. It purposely does not delve into the background of some of its characters, and I think that was to try and keep it from being political. But the movie ultimately was released by a company that does have some strong political leanings, that being the Daily Wire. Daily Wire is a really big, I don't know a ton about it. I know Ben Shapiro, which he's really famous, and I think Matt Walsh. They're part of it. That's where they reside, if you will. That's where they work. But it's a conservative network. Okay, right on. Whatever. I mean, you know, whatever floats your boat. Conservative network, liberal network, I don't really care. I don't do politics on my channel. That's why I'm going to talk about this in a certain way. I'm going to talk about a specific thing about this run, hide, fight situation that it does touch on politics, but it's not. I'm not going to talk about politics. You'll see. It's a lot of people are saying that they think it's a good movie, like audience-wise. You've got some people that are coming in and they're inserting politics into it, or they're seeing politics. And as I said in my review of the film, if you want to see politics in something, you're going to see politics in something. People that want there to be politics, if they want to see it, you can insert politics into anything, and you could say, yeah, there it is. That's in the movie because of this. And, okay, more power to you. And maybe it is. I didn't feel that. I didn't get that. But let's just say maybe it is. It's never rammed down your throat. It's never like made a big deal about it. So no, I don't think that this movie is political. Does it have people with guns in a school? Yes, it does. Someone said, well, it's a pro-gun movie because the protagonist, the young woman in the film, has to take up arms at one point to defeat the bad guys. Well, no shit. The bad guys have fucking guns. They're the ones that brought the guns in. And that kind of thing happens, unfortunately. That's what the movie is showing. It's not being pro-gun. It's saying these fuckers came into a school with guns. And yes, the main character at one point does pick up a gun. Actually, the vast majority of the movie, she does not have a firearm. But yeah, at one point, she does pick up a gun to defend herself. 2 points. 2 points, I'm sorry. Okay, wouldn't you? And people are like, instead of going to the authorities or trying to have a peaceful resolution, are you kidding me? You're in an active shooter situation where these people are murdering people all around you, and you want me to what? Go like talk to them about their fucking feelings. Fuck that shit. Believe me. I am not like on either side of this whole conversation, but if I'm in a situation like that, school or not, somebody's blowing people away all over the place and I have an opportunity to get a gun and defend myself, you best believe I'm unloading that motherfucker. But that's me. What I'm talking about here, what I'm wanting to get into is if you go over to Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't put a tremendous amount of stock into Rotten Tomatoes, over the past few years, they've been losing some credibility. There's been some weird things that have happened at Rotten Tomatoes. No, I'm not talking about how sometimes a movie will have like a 80 or 90 critic or audience score, and then like the other one, the vice versa of that will be like a 60 or something like that. Yeah, there's been a lot of those, and it's kind of like, how is this one group not seeing what this other one is? And I get that. That okay, that's fine. But this motherfucker, and it's actually gone up. It's gone up since I originally saw this, just slightly. It has gone up again. It was less than this earlier. It has a 30%, which this was 14% earlier today. 30% against a 92% audience score. 30% is what the critics are saying. 92. And it looks like we've gotten a couple of other ones that are more fresh now from the critics, I guess. No, that's not it. But somewhere. But the vast majority of them are, if you go start reading them, they're like bashing it, and almost all of it goes right back to politics. I'm like, fucking hell, man. Don't we get enough politics out there in the world? Put the shit down. It's movie. It's movies. It's an escapism form. I watch movies so I don't have to deal with all this shit. So I don't have to see and hear all this shit that I hear every day that's out in the world. But no, people are trying to take movies now. They're trying to make them, they've been doing that, but now they're even trying to make them political. Why? Stop. Leave the fucking movies alone. It was a good movie. I even saw people in my own comments go look. First of all, real quick, I doubt they're watching, but I've had so many people leave rude, shitty comments. Now, to preface this, the vast majority of the comments I've gotten on this movie have been very positive, but I've had quite a few real shitty, rude, attacking, just asshole comments on this movie. And before I can even comment on them, because I've been checking a lot since the movie came out because I was getting tons of comments on it, before I can even comment on it, they delete them. I had one guy leave me no shit I can show you, because anyone who makes content knows that even if you delete the fucking thing, when it comes to the YouTube studio, I still get the fucking comment. I have it. It doesn't go away. I can see it. I can't respond to it if you delete it, but I can fucking see what you said. 10 fucking times. This wasn't editing. This was 10 wholly different messages on this one fucking video. He'd do it, and then it would disappear. And then he'd leave another one, and it'd disappear. It was almost like he left it because he was mad, and then he cooled down. But as he was deleting it, he got mad again, and he left another one. They were all asshole comments. I was like, dude, I said I liked a movie. That doesn't mean that we have to be enemies. It's an entertaining movie. Get the fuck over it. But yeah, this is fucking crazy. This shows something. And like I said earlier, this was like 12 or 14%. That is ridiculous. And this was 98. So it's starting to pad out a little bit, but it's going to remain this way. And this is pure politics. And I fucking hate that. Get your politics out of my fucking movies. The movie, if it were a political movie, I would get it. No, it's released by a political company, a company that does have political leanings. But they've flat out said this is not a political movie. They're trying to get into the film production business. They did not have anything to do with the making of this movie. This movie was made totally independently, and then they bought it from like a festival or something. They sought it out. It was already made, and they said, hey, we want to release movies in this space now, and we like this one. And they purposely got it because they said it. Well, I'm sure they are a very conservative network, so I'm sure they said, hey, it's not, a super liberal movie, but not all movies are super liberal, but it's not like a super liberal movie, so that probably had something to do with it. But it's not an overtly conservative movie either. It's just a fucking movie. Well, okay, it's got guns in it. That doesn't make it a conservative movie, or I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Everybody's turning this poor movie into this big political statement, and it honestly is on both sides a little bit, but it is much more on the other side giving the hate. But it's not. That's not what it is. But once again, if you want to see politics, you'll see them. But this is ridiculous. You guys out there, if you have the chance, yes, it's released. It is produced. That is it. Distributed. I'm sorry. It is distributed. That is it. By the Daily Wire, which is a conservative network. But I had someone leave me a comment saying something along the lines of, well, since it was, they actually said, I actually liked this movie. I thought it was pretty good, but I can't endorse it, and it makes it shit pretty much because of the Daily Wire and their beliefs and all this. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't say that to him. I was nicer about it. But between me and you guys, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't agree with the personal beliefs, political or otherwise, with a lot of people that are in movies. I mean, some of them I don't even fucking know, but I mean, there's people that put all their shit out there on blast, and I don't agree with everything they do, but if they're in a good fucking movie, they're in a good fucking movie. I mean, fuck, get over yourself. But I said to him basically, well, if you're going to label this a bad movie because of the beliefs of the people that distributed it alone, and that's it, then you have to go back and label every single movie that Harvey Weinstein ever produced, and he did have a say-so in the creative process when it came to the movies he was involved with, but that notwithstanding, you have to go back and call every one of those movies trash now, because I don't know of anybody who agrees with that motherfucker did in his beliefs. I mean, is there anybody? If there is, speak up now, but I don't know if anybody agrees with the things that Harvey Weinstein did, and he produced a whole bunch of fucking movies. Like good and bad movies. He produced some really good movies. Are we going to go back and say, oh no, his movies are trash now because I don't agree with his beliefs and actions? No, a good movie is a fucking good movie. It doesn't matter who the fuck paid to distribute it. So get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I recommend, I don't think, right now I think the only place, unless you get a screener, that you can watch it is through the Daily Wire. I don't know exactly how. You may or may not have to have a subscription. I've heard that it's like only a few dollars or something. I don't know. But this is a good movie. This is a movie worth seeing. It's a tense, sensitive subject, but it's still a really good movie. I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable movie. I had a good time with it. So check it out. You guys check it out. That just drives me crazy. What do you guys got to say about this? Once again, I'm not getting political here. I don't like when movies are shit on for the wrong reason. If it's a shitty movie and it deserves to be shit on, go ahead. And if you didn't like the movie even, if somebody doesn't like, there were people that said that they didn't like the movie and they actually gave me some reasons. Hey, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. And I told them, hey, right on, okay. It's not for everybody. No movie's for everybody. I get that. But give me a real reason, a reason that makes sense that you didn't like it. Just because I like it does not mean I think that you should like it. It means I liked it. But I don't think that people should hate on it just based on some bullshit that has nothing to do with it. Rant over.